Okay, fine. So thank you for reminding me to record the session. And let me start sharing once again my screen. Fine. So I'm sharing currently Eclipse, and we were talking about what we discussed in our last class. So as I was telling you that in last class, that means in our first day of RAP ABAP workshop, we have seen, you know, that how we can set up the system. That means how we can create the account on BTP and create the ABAP instance on the cloud. Then if you remember there, we generated, like we got the service key, right? And with the help of service key, we were able to connect with the ADT on Eclipse. We also learned how we can install the Eclipse and their ways of using the Eclipse. By installing also we can use the Eclipse, or by having just the package, you know. If you don't want to install, just download the package and use the .exe file to use the Eclipse. We learned how to install ADT on top of Eclipse. We saw that if you are there on the company network and all, it might create the problem. So you will have to connect with your local network. That means your home Wi-Fi or your mobile network in order to install ADT or in order to install Eclipse, right? So then we saw the definition of RAP-ABAP. We have seen what's their full form, its evolution. Then we saw why RAP is relevant in current scenario, in current days. Then we saw that what are the different artifacts being generated in the RAP framework. Okay. We also understood about the concept of sub account and the global account on the BTP. We operate at the sub account level in the productive scenario, in real time scenario, right? So now moving forward, today we will do some more stuff, but let me show you what we have done yesterday in terms of application development. So I'm sharing my Eclipse and hope you are able to see Eclipse. If you are not, you can let me know. Fine. So this is the table which we created. We kept the naming convention like JDRAP 100 underscore the first name and then year of date of birth. Service definition, service binding, these classes, you know. Then let's do one thing. I will just double click here. Yeah, fine. Here we can simply press F5 in order to load everything. And here, this is the database table. This is the database table. And in this database table, we were able to add the entry with the help of class. So one data generator class we created here, right? And we were able to create the entry in that table. And now we have ample entry into this table, right? Fine. We created by right clicking and generate ABAP repository objects. It was able to create all the required repository objects, which was required for the RAP framework. Service binding was our ultimate goal, which got created over here. Then we published, and now we were able to you know preview it. So you can click on this preview button, and you can see here that we are able to you know uh, see the preview. Let me share my entire screen, otherwise you will not be able to see. So I will just log in into the system. Once you click on the preview, it will ask you to log in into the system. Okay, so you will have to log in, and once you logged in, then your preview will be started. So I'm just trying to log in. Fine, so I'm able to log in now, and once again I'm going to share my screen. So here you can see that when I clicked on this preview button, I'm able to open this application here. Okay, and when I click on this go button, it's displaying the data. So can you let me know here in the chat box how many of you were able to load your application like this when you are able to click on this preview button? This is important in order to proceed further for today's class. So give me your confirmation if you are able to do so. Very nice. So other people, okay, very nice, very nice. Just keep on typing here. Okay, anyone, if you are looking for a help, I'm just going to give you 5 minutes of time and sending you in the breakout room. You just get help with your colleague. I won't be able to help everyone. Maybe I will join one or two room, and there I will try to help if it is possible. But I don't think so there should be any major problem. It might be the Eclipse issue or ADT issue, because there is nothing very critical or something like that we have done. But anyway, quickly let me take you to the breakout room. Just help to the person who were not able to create and get it done. I believe very few were not able to do so. So just do it quickly, take the help and complete and come back. I'm giving you 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Hope this is fine for everyone, right? Fine. So everyone has come back, right? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You are right.
Okay, fine. So let's go ahead. And what we are going to do now, that we are going to enhancing our business object data model. Why? Because this is just a basic model. If you see this CDS, we are talking about the CDS. So we have, this is the base CDS and this is the consumption CDS. So we are going here. It's a simple select query. And see here, this is the simple select query. This is our CDS root view entity basically, which is corresponding to our business object. And these are the different fields which is being selected from the table, and just alias we are using over here, for all the fields alias being used. So it's a simple CDS. Now for this CDS, what we want to do, that we want to put the association. Why association we are going to do? Can anyone of you unmute, or you can put the answer in the chat box? What is association? What do you understand from association?
Join on
Uh,
demand.
we can
Yeah.
add the multiple table data.
It improves
So
the performance of the CDS.
Relationship with the entities.
yeah, yes, relationship with the entities. This is the right answer. So technically, see, semantically, association is the relationship between two entities with cardinality. Cardinality means, let's suppose, between Mara and Marcy. For one record of Mara, there can be multiple records present in Marcy table. For one material, there can be multiple plants present in Marcy table, because one material can be extended into multiple plants, right? So one is to in relationship between Mara and Marcy table with respect to CDS association. If you think similarly between EKKO and EKPO, for one record of purchase order in header table, we can have multiple records in EKPO table. So here also we have the relationship of 1 is to n, right? Fine. So technically this is the join. Who can tell me what kind of join? It's
Left
by
outer
default.
join.
Yes, very nice. It's the left outer join by default. Okay. Now, who would like to tell me what are the different types of association we have? No?
Exposed
Exposed association,
and
ad hoc
ad hoc.
association.
Yeah, very nice. Two types of association we are having. One is ad hoc and another is exposed. Okay. So what do you understand from ad hoc association? Anyone? Ad hoc is your left outer join. It's a join every time. Whether you want or not, every time it's going to put the join. That is what ad hoc. Exposed is the association like join on demand. So when you want to get the further line item of a purchase order, then it will be putting the join on the EKPO table and it will be giving you, you know. So exposed association is like join on demand. It's not by default join since beginning. So we are going to put the exposed association in our CDS. That's means join on demand in order to use further in our application for search help. So let's go and do that. So define root view entity as select from, and from here we can start writing the code. If you want to give some alias for this, you can give maybe as travel or something like that, or you can leave, not mandatory. Association, this is how we write the association. So 0 dot dot 1 to, already it's having table, or sorry, it's having another CDS in this system created for agency. So we are going to use the agency. So you know that whenever we have any travel request, right, maximum one agency will be there, or you might have created yourself your ticket. So 0 dot dot 1, what actually I mean to, who can tell what is the meaning of 0 and what's the meaning of 1? 0 dot dot 1, what does it represent?
Minimum
It's
of
random.
zero to maximum.
So minimum or maximum for what?
Source
Like
of
For
target.
relation.
for this table, or for this table, or 0 for this, or 1 for this? What do
That's
you
last
understand for?
demo I
Source
agency.
and target table.
Both for agency also.
Agency tab.
Relationship.
Zero for first one and one for I think so agency.
Okay,
No, actually it is only for agency tab.
Source and
Zero
target
means
table.
number of
fine,
entries, minimum and
fine.
maximum for agency.
Okay, thank you for your quick response and being interactive. Let me make you clear here that in CDS, when we have the cardinality given over here, then it always represents about the target table. That means 0 record, minimum and maximum 1 record of the target table corresponding to 1 record of source table. So always 1 record of source table will be there by default, which you will not be able to see here. You will be able to see for target table minimum records 0 and maximum records 1. So you should remember, or you should know that one record of this table, in this agency table, there can be minimum 0 or maximum 1 record. Hope it's clear. And whenever we define association, we have to give the criteria on which you are defining the relationship. So let's first give the, you know, and this is the association name. Okay, underscore agency is the name of the association between this table and this table. Criteria is going to be the field from here, okay, and the field from this target table. So these are the field from the source table. Already we are having, this is the source table, right? Sorry, this is the source table. So for this source table, these are the fields. Okay, so agency ID is the common field between both. Here you can see agency ID you have, and when you go into this CDS, this is also one CDS, just press Control and click on this. It will take you to that particular CDS. And here you can see that agency ID is the, right? You can see that this is also one CDS already defined in the BTP ABAP system, which we are using. So what you can do that, we can put this travel dot agency ID equals to, you can mute from your side if you are not speaking, so that other will not get disturbed. Agency ID. Okay, so see, our association got created. If you don't want to use underscore agency, sorry, if you don't want to use this, you know, travel, for this, this travel is alias for this. Then in the CDS, what we use, dollar projection. When you use the dollar projection, those field must be present here. This is the important point you should know. So dollar projection dot agency ID also that we can use. Okay. So let's see, it's giving some error. What's this error? The reference select name agency ID is obscured by an alias. The underscore we are using, right? This is the alias we should use. When you use dollar projection, then give the final name. Final name is alias if you are using alias. So that's why it's creating the problem. Dot agency ID. Now you can see that it's fine. It's warning. Warning is okay. All this warning we have discussed in our CDS class, you can even refer my CDS playlist on YouTube for free of cost. You will understand all the concept, or if you are interested for paid course, you can have SQL script, AMDP and CDS mastery on my website. There you will get the good idea about the different topic like SQL script, AMDP and CDS. Fine. So this is one association we created over here. Now another association, all these association we are going to use, that's why we are creating. So let's first use this one to I underscore customer. Okay, as so whenever you define any association name, we start with underscore. This is the standard practice. However, it's not mandatory. Even if you don't give underscore, it will work as usual, but better to use underscores, so that for you also it will be easy to differentiate later point of time that okay, this is the association name. So dollar projection dot, here we will be having the customer ID. You can see that this customer ID, so customer ID we can use control space and use the customer ID equals to again underscore customer dot customer ID. Okay, another association also we need to define over here, 0 dot dot 1 with slash demo I underscore overall underscore status underscore value help. So another association is this also present for the purpose of having the value help for overall status. See here, this is how text field is there, overall status there. So it's the text table basically, and we are creating the association. So see here, actually for all the value for the overall status, at least one text must be maintained, because this is a text table. So maybe you can put 1 dot dot 1, expecting that at least one text is maintained. If it is not maintained, then 0 dot dot 1 is fine. So it's like you have to check in the table, but generally for each record in the text table, at least one entry in one language is maintained. So keeping that thing in mind, we can put 1 dot dot 1, minimum 1, and maximum it can be different based upon the language, right? So if you have uh, in different language maintained, so better 1 dot dot star is going to be the correct cardinality when you are going to use association with the text table. So let's see this, how the data is here. Press F8. Its overall status and 3 rows got selected, but another field we are not able to see overall status. It's just showing. Let's have once again look on this. So this is finding the data from here. Overall status, okay, this is actually association, exposed association, that's why you are not able to see the record. Just right click here and follow association. Double click and you will be able to see the meaning of this O. So O means in language E, open. Okay, that is the meaning. Fine. So this is basically association, and this association with this. So this is the another serious view. You can see that I underscore is there now. So whenever you have I underscore, C underscore, you should understand that this will be a CDS. Okay, fine. So let's close this. We'll not go deeper into that. Not required. As you can mute from your side, if you can put your question in the chat box. Okay, everyone please check hmm, overall status on dollar projection. Once we complete, then we can discuss, if you have any question. So for overall status, we have overall status one field here equals to underscore overall status and dot overall status. So hope it's visible for everyone. And now the last association which we are going to use, cardinality 0 dot dot 1 to I underscore currency as underscore currency on dollar projection, and it is having the currency code equals to currency dot currency code. Okay, so currency dot currency. Just save this one, and all these association which you have put it up here, we have to make as a exposed association. So for this purpose, we need to maintain this one at last, so underscore, give the comma here, underscore agency, again give comma, underscore, and it's the currency underscore, we have overall status, right? So all this I'm defining as an exposed association. Agency, customer, overall status, currency. Customer is left. The last one is the customer. So just save this one, and we got all the association as exposed association. What you have to do, you just enhance this much code in your base CDS as well. So I'll be just pasting this code here. You do this in your CDS quickly and confirm me back here. Okay, you do that one, and at last you add this so that your association will be have like exposed association. Once it's done, you let me know.
One question here. Is there any maximum limit we can do this association for any CDS view? How many association you can do? Any number, or is there any limit?
Sorry, what's your question?
I'm asking like
Maximum
maximum
association.
maximum how many association on different CDS or table we can do in a CDS view?
Got your question. Say, I have not seen any limitation anywhere, I'm able
Okay.
to create up to 20, but I believe
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't check how many it can like if there is any limitation. I'm really not sure, but I
Okay.
think you can create too many. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Okay,
it's,
sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
Pankaj sir, how this like data filtering happens
when we do association when with multiple CDs, like in this case there are four table combine, four CDS views combined, I mean the association happened. So how data filter happens? The main source is the Z rep 1000 Pankaj 85. So we know that
Hmm.
left out with left outer join, all the records from that at least will come. But the actual filtering, how it will happen? From bottom association, it will start filtering, or like
Yeah,
how?
this is the exposed association. See, this is the exposed. I will show you. That's what, you know.
No, no. The
Mm.
projection is nothing but where clause, right?
Where projection? No, no, not where clause. It's,
Mm.
yeah, it's the it's a join
Join,
criteria.
join, join,
It's
right? Right,
join
join.
criteria. Yes. So see the exposed association, how it works. You just press F8, you will be getting the data from the base table, the table which we have created. You will
Mm-hmm.
be getting the data only from that.
Okay,
The
okay. First it.
right from first table only. Further, if you want to see the data, so you
Okay.
will see here. It will show you all the different association,
Okay.
which
So
we have
based
given.
on based
See
on that, it
agency.
will join the projection will work. Okay,
Yeah,
understood.
you see here agency, currency, customer, overall status, right? So which you want to see? Tell me, customer,
Yes, yes.
currency. So just double click here. So you will get the customer data corresponding to that travel ID. Okay.
Okay, okay. Understood, understood.
Yes. So it is
Uh,
exposed. If you will be having the ad hoc association, then your question will make sense. And in that left outer join,
Mm-hmm.
left outer join from beginning to end. Okay. Left
From
outer join. You just
beginning to end.
right from first to last. Left outer join.
Okay.
Okay.
for ad hoc, do we have any specified keyword?
For ad hoc, you simply like you don't give this one and you put here means you have to fill, you have to get the element. For example, underscore agency, you just get some value. So it will become now your ad hoc association. This is your ad hoc association now. You just remove this. It's your ad hoc association now. Okay. Some error is
Uh,
coming. This need to be fixed. But this is ad hoc. Ad hoc means you are fetching the data at design time only. Okay. Every time it will be joining. Fine, let's not go into that. Once you complete, just let me here know here, so we will proceed further, and we will understand the concept of this wrap what we are doing.
One question I have,
Mm,
can you please, yeah. So here, the association is 1 to star
mm.
above, yeah. So it is basically one for the CDS which for which we are doing the association, and the star is for the ZRAP 100 Pankaj 85, right?
No, one and a star both is for this only. Minimum
Okay,
record one, maximum record can be anything.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it, Pankaj. So
Okay.
many times I've been confused that one. One for
No,
left side, left one, and right one, right
no.
side.
No, it
Got it.
always represents to the right one. Here you can see that it's giving some warning, right? It's telling cardinality of a star of association do not match on the on condition. That means the one which we have given, it's not matching with its primary key. So you need to analyze this table. See, this is our table. In this table, we know that one key is there, right? Let's go into our table and we will analyze. See, key field is there, client we can ignore, travel ID is the key field, right? And once again, let's come here and we will check for this one, what is the key field. Okay. So here overall status is the key field. So you can see that in this table, for that overall status on which we are defining the criteria, only one key field is there. That means there can be only one record for this. There is no language, there is no such kind of field is there as we have in MAKT table. For Mara we have the MAKT is text table in which language field is there. So for MAKT kind of table, if you put such kind of association, it will not give you this warning. But here only one key field without language is there, that means 1:1 should be perfect one. So let's put it 1:1. See, and now you can see that warning gone. Another warning here it's appearing, just try to understand CDS entity. So it's always better to read the warning and try to remove as much as possible. Okay, so you can see that this warning you can ignore at this moment. This is telling that the CDS you have defined, but you have not set up the authorization control. That means for this CDS there is no DCL defined. Are you getting the point? So check is there. We are putting the authorization check, but there is no DCL defined. That's why it's coming. So once you define the DCL, it will not come. But we can ignore this one. We will not go into DCL. DCL means data control language, which is a mechanism to secure your data of CDS from unauthorized access. Okay. So whoever is having role, those people will be only able to access if you define the DCL. So just save this one and activate this.
One last question.
Mm-hmm.
So can you please go up?
Mm-hmm.
So in the association, is it which is preferred to fetch the data from CDS or directly from the table?
It depends on your requirement. If
So suppose we have
mm,
both, then which is preferred? For Mara, we
yeah,
have
again,
a CDS also, and we have the option to fetch from table.
better to fetch from CDS.
Yeah, any specific
Hmm.
reason like why?
So actually, it
Hmm.
is not recommended to directly read the table.
Hmm.
Maybe authorization issue or somebody can change something issue.
Yeah. So your question is good. Like if there is any a specific reason about that. See what happens that Mara is the table defined at the database layer. Your CDS is defined at the application layer. However, corresponding HANA view gets created. But let's suppose tomorrow if you have to change something, some field in the Mara table uh, going to get changed, that you need to of course adjust in the CDS view. If you want to put some further decoration, you can do in the interface view. That means the CDS view. Then let's suppose in Mara you have 100 fields and you require only 5 or 10 fields in your application, right? So better you create the CDS view and that you use it over here so that the system will not be having the overburden, right? Directly interacting with the table is not a good practice. Better first create the CDS and then you use. That's why the VDM model is there in the picture, and that is the golden or a standard way of developing the CDS. Okay. So hope I'm able to give the answer of your query, right?
But Pankaj, however, the thing is even CDS will be at runtime. It will pull from the table only, right? However, we are getting the data at real time only, right?
So yeah, Nagraj, as Pankaj told, we can leverage the HANA features, right? Top-down approach. Lot of features are there, right? We can leverage the HANA features, everything. So that
Ah,
is
yes,
the
that's what. So no difference in data
Fine,
pulling, but
fine.
only here
Let's
performance
stop.
will be better,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Please, let's stop this discussion over here. If you want to have more discussion, we will connect one to one and we will discuss on this. If I keep on taking all this discussion here, it will be difficult. I uh, believe you need to go through the CDS completely from scratch to advance. There are so many things in the CDS. Here it will not be possible to difficult, to discuss all those things. Just you understand that it's better to use the interface view. As I told you, in Mara you have hundreds of fields, right? If you create the interface view, just you get some fields. If you're going to create the interface view or CDS view, then you can use the multiple annotations which is given by SAP. You can control the performance. You can use the annotation, how the data should be accessed. You can use the buffering mechanism if you want to apply or not, right? So there's many things. Let's not go into that. And if you have completed this part of enhancement in your CDS, can you please confirm here? Fine. So now what we are going to do that, we will be using this association for our value help, or yeah, mostly value help. But one thing also we should know that, you know, here the application which we are having, okay, so let's go to that application. And click on this go button. You also do in the same way. Okay, fine. So what I want to do, basically I want to search this entire field. So one by one we are going to see that one, you know. So currently, like if you see that on agency ID, if I click on this, right, and nothing is coming. Okay, so we'll see how we can implement this part. Okay, the search help should come over here, right? So this is the date, this is fine. For date there is no issue, but for agency ID, for customer ID, for overall status, see here it's nothing is coming. So if you want to get it done, that we can do. But let me show you that here we don't have any global search, right? If you see that, means everywhere we have the travel ID. So if you give the travel ID here, maybe 10, and click on this go button, you have 10 here, right? And maybe the file name, if you give corresponding in accordingly, if you will search, it will be able to give. So that is fine, that is okay. Here if you give that value, search help is not coming. So what we are going to do, we want to have one global search help over here, with the help of which if we want to search, we will be able to search. So that first we will implement, then we will try to get this search help, and that search help, for that prerequisite already we have maintained. So let's do some more enhancement on the projection view, because to the application we have finally being exposed this consumption view. Okay, so this is our consumption view. Fine. So what we can do, that we can put this one at the rate search dot searchable colon true. We have one another annotation which will allow the whole application data to be searched, you know. So search dot searchable colon true, just save this one and activate this and refresh this application, the one which we have just created. So just refresh this, you know. Fine, and click on this go to button. So you can see that at this moment, are you able to find any changes over here? Are you able to see any changes here in
New
this?
new
Right. The
H.
new search has come, right? Very
Yeah.
good. So this new search, basically what it will do, it will search this entire data. For example, if you're going to put vacation, vacation is a field of description, right? So if you put here this vacation, it will search this vacation. Okay, search not possible because the search scope is empty. Okay, so actually we will require some more annotation, and then it is going to search. So let's put some further annotation, and then we will see that how it's going to work. Fine. So let's press enter, and we have one semantic key, but let's not do this one. We will do it later. Mm,
I think we need to add the fields which need to be searched, right?
yes, so we are going to do that now. We have agency ID, fine, customer ID. So along with agency ID, we are going to have the agency name also in the final selection list. Currently it's not coming. If you see that, just agency ID is there. We want to have the agency name also. Customer ID is coming, but we don't have the customer name. So whatever the text type of field is there, that we are going to put it. Okay, so already association here we have defined all these association, right? So now let's activate this one. So in this CDS, these are the associations now defined. So we will be able to access the field of this association. Okay, so field of the association means basically for underscore agency we will be able to access this CDS. For underscore customer we will be able to access this CDS. So we will come here and you will be able to access this agency dot name, this one. And if you want, you can give this alias agency name. Similarly, for customer ID, we can give customer dot name. Let's see, customer email address, last name, first name, right? It's having the first name, last name, all this. So as first name, customer dot last name as last name. So like that I have just given, and then the overall status of this travel ID. So overall status, and here their text field, the corresponding text field, overall status, this text as overall status text, and one another uh, syntax or keyword we have called localize. The meaning of this means this value will be by default shown in the current logged in system. So if you are logged in into the English language in your current system, if you are logged in as a English language, then by default this value will be shown as the you know in the English language. Okay, that's the meaning of this one. Some error is coming. Let's see what's this problem. Localized selected list entry cannot finish with association key field with lang does not exist in entity. Okay, so it's telling that because there is no key field, so you cannot use this one. Fine. So localized cannot be used, as you can see, because there is no language. I think that's why it's not allowing. Now another error. Let's see what is this error.
It's underscore text or just text after overall
Okay,
status.
here we have this overall status. We are coming here, we are putting this, and dot. Okay, I got the problem. This text, and again we'll have to get the further, this is the language, this is the overall status, and this is the text. Actually, like this we are supposed to access, because this was the directly association. This is the field of that association. Okay, so now some another error, path expression with association continuity one not supported here. The association underscore text can modify. Okay, that is okay. So as overall status text, and now localized should be supported, and just save this one, check this, and activate this one. So this part we have done. Now what we can do that, mm, all this text field we have added agency name. So this search dot searchable true, this will search through the text field. This is like this will enable the text search on the text field. And why that was not working, because one another more annotation we are supposed to give, that is the search threshold, fuzziness threshold, right? Fuzziness threshold, that means how much accuracy we want to, you know at the rate search, at the rate search. So this is going to be there at the field level, not directly over there. That's why it's not working. So let's go and put this one. Okay, so for agency name, first we are going to give for agency name, yes, and for first name, last name, whichever the text field. And for this text we have the description also over here. For everything we can put it. Okay, so let's go and do this one. Travel ID, for travel ID, the annotation which we are going to use for this search, because corresponding to travel ID only we are going to get the corresponding, uh, data. So here search dot default search element, this is one another annotation which will enable this field to be searched. Okay, and then here at the rate search dot fuzziness threshold, we'll have to give, for example, if you want that 80% of the text only is correct, 20% error is there, then also it should find. So if 20% 80% accuracy we're talking about. Okay, so this is the error tolerance we tell basically in the text search, or you know or in HANA search. Okay, so this is the fuzziness value. Fuzziness threshold is 80%. If 80% accuracy is there, then also it's a fine. So this is the travel ID, and then we have for agency ID, again in the same way we are going to define. So let's copy this, and I'll be pasting this one. Search dot default search element true, search dot fuzziness threshold 0.80. This is also we can keep, that's okay. And come here, then at the rate object model dot text dot element, the corresponding field name basically which we are going to give. So instead of agency id, which particular field you want to display, the meaning of this means this one. So for this I want to display this agency name, so you can copy this one and paste it here. And then what the value from which association it should display, so for that you have consumption. This is very important annotation. So value help definition, this particular annotation where we have to mention from which association data should be fetched. So already the association is defined in the system, I underscore agency underscore standard value help, and which value should be displayed from this association. So let's give this agency id, the entity we have given demo agency element. Okay, some error is showing this one. At the rate consumption dot value help definition entity demo agency standard value h, fine. Element is the agency id, and then if you want to use this for validation, we can mark use for validation true. Use for validation, this is another field, this we can mark as true. But some error is there, let's see this, what is the error. Unexpected word used for validation. Okay, so entity, for this entity another set of these are the elements. So for any,
Entity name, I think so.
right, yes, for this entity actually these are the two value, and then comma, and also closed now here. So bracket, this is the entity colon, when starting bracket. Okay, name we have to give element agency id used for validation true. Okay, so this is some annotation. If you are not able to remember, simply what we can do, but that will like better, we can keep note of this, or we can simply search on the Google, we will be able to find some demo example, and from there we can copy. So this is one way. So for agency id you can see that we are able to get it. And here fuzziness threshold for this travel id already we have defined, so I don't think so it's required, we can remove this. Again for customer id, you know for customer id we are going to use the same, copy this one and come here, control v, search dot default search element true. That means this particular customer id and its corresponding text will be considered for search. Object model dot text dot element is customer name. Now this is the first name, so we can put it here, first name or last name, whatever. And then consumption dot value help definition, for this we have I underscore customer standard value help, already it's defined. If you want to see its definition, you can click on this, it should open, or simply copy this one. We can come here and we can see its definition. So we can check here customer ID, right? Fuzziness threshold here defined already for this first name. These are the different annotation, you know. So this is their fuzziness threshold, already it's defined, so no need of defining for this over there. And like that you can go and check it out for each association how it's there. Let me close this. So demo customer, this field will be customer ID now, and customer ID used for validation true. And now I think this is fine. So let us see first whether it's working or not. Right, let's verify this. Just save this one and activate this. So here it's getting activated. You can see that it's now got activated. Here also this message has come. And now let's refresh this. Okay, so for travel ID, for agency ID, and for customer ID, you know, let's see here. You have the last name, overall status, and all is not selected, but travel ID, agency ID, customer ID, everything is fine. Click on this OK. Here you come on agency ID, you know, and click on this F4. And here if you see that earlier nothing was coming, if you remember, you know, when you didn't provide this annotation for this agency ID, we have given this annotation. One is search for default search element. This will enable for you to search object model dot text dot element. That means this agency name means it will search through the agency name. Here we have this search is now enabled, and it will help you to enable through this you know uh, association what we are defining it over here. So if you click on this go button, everything whatever is there in this association, it should fetch that. Okay, so my expectation is to fetch that, but I think there is some problem. Search dot default search has been true, this is fine. Agency name, this is okay. Consumption.valuehelp definition. Entity name, let's see if the value is here present or not. Standard value, press F8. As you can see that we have the value present and their corresponding name also it's present. So just checking what is the problem. Demo I underscore agency. STD, I think it's the case sensitive, you know. So demo underscore I underscore agency underscore stdvh slash dmo slash I underscore agency underscore stdvh element agency id used for validation too. Fine. Agency id. Say this name, this agency id, and this agency id. This must be same, equal, you know. So let me copy this. See this warning. So value help definition element agency id for help something is problem. So this is here. We have in a small, this is fine. If this is in a small, then in consumption also here, but why the problem is coming, you know, in this I think id is defined in capital. See, it's there in the capital, right? So in the same way, what we'll have to do here also, we have to define, but on the base cds view it's in a small, so let's put in capital. Okay, so that agency id here, and then we are coming. Let me activate this. Agency id. Now it looks fine. Let's save this one, activate this, and come here. Okay, so for agency id, press F4. Why some problem is there? Agency id, maybe customer id. Okay, that pop-up now is not coming there. It's some problem. So consumption view, where is our consumption view? This is the consumption view. So agency ID, this also looks fine. Agency ID, agency ID. So you also can try this one with this annotation. I'm just copying and pasting this one. It should work, but I think some problem is there somewhere.
Pankaj, can we check the DMO I underscore agency STDVH? What is the key field? Control. Here itself it will navigate, right? Control plus something. Cursor. Yeah. So yeah.
So key field is agency ID here. You can
Yeah,
see.
that should be matched with our field.
So
Current CD.
agency ID, agency ID.
Correct.
This is right, agency ID, and the
I think Pankaj, in the that root view, there are
uh-huh,
two agency IDs. One is coming from the base table, and another is from these a demo I underscore agency. I
agency
think
ID.
that is
Yes.
getting confused. Here, I think we need to give the projection that one underscore agency ID in the field list.
Where?
Yeah, in this field list of the root view, right? Here we are giving
Hmm.
agency underscore ID that is coming from the base table. But here I think we should give this underscore agency dot agency ID.
Pankaj, try to use instead of projection directly give
Okay,
it
let me
in join.
1 second. Let me agency ID, customer. Let's have the proper naming convention. I think something is happening. So overall status, overall status. This should not create problem, but customer agency currency currency code currency. Fine. This is done. Agency, and then the annotation. Searchable we have put. Fine. Agency name, agency dot name, agency name, customer ID, customer dot last name. Okay, here. Okay, so I think this also should be capital, and customer ID, agency name, customer ID. So in base table also, let's quickly fix this. So customer ID, and fuzziness part we have added here. Okay, agency name, entity name, demo agency standard. Okay, there is one more, we have, let's try with that demo underscore agency id used for validation. Let's save this and activate this and give one more try. Okay, travel id, this is fine. For agency id, yeah, fine. So you can see that now it's coming, right? So I think somewhere that capital small was creating the problem, that we need to take care. So can you do the same and check in your system if you are able to get the same, right? I'm just copying and pasting this code because you are also supposed to do along with me. That is why it's a workshop. I'm pasting this code here, just I have pasted this code. So this code you have to use here, the one which I have pasted right away, you have to use on top of agency id. you know just simply copy and paste that one and make sure it should be agency id should be in capital, because in this uh, CDS, this agency ID is there in the capital, So this and this should match actually. So everywhere it should be in sync, then only it's going to work. Just we have seen, right? So you do this one.
Pankaj, I think earlier we are using underscore stdvh that CDS. That might be the issue.
Okay, let's try with that also. Uh, demo I underscore agency underscore stdvh, right?
Yes, that was not working. I removed, then it was working for me.
Uh, we,
Oh, for you
we
also the
can,
same problem.
yeah, we can
Yes.
check with customer ID as well. Now we are having underscore stdvh. So just check for customer ID. It will not work right now.
Okay, okay.
For customer, it is working. For agency, it was not working.
Okay. So for me, customer ID is not popping up.
So, Pankaj, I'm getting path expression with association cardinality greater than one not supported here. What is that meaning? Do we need to change cardinality?
One second. Customer ID, for customer ID, why it's not working? For standard VH, let's try with this. Agency underscore STDVH.
Pankaj, please try with the small letter of STD. It is working.
Okay, STD, you mean
Yeah.
to say like this? STDVH.
Yes, also. Yes, also.
Yes, also you want to put
Small.
in a small.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try one by one.
Better
Just
try with
check
control
it.
space, Pankaj. It will be helpful.
Control space, you mean?
Yes, it will give the correct. Go one. Remove this one.
Yeah, so this is the correct value. Yes. Activate this. It's now let's activate refresh this one. And for agency ID,
Uh, Pankaj, actually, it is working for me with even capital letter STDVH and also the agency ID with IDS, IS cap and DS small. And
okay.
Yeah, for
so,
me too, it is working.
yeah, it is working. Since the earlier itself, it was working for me.
Okay, let me try in Chrome. Just give me a moment. Need to log in here in Chrome and I will check. So here, for example, now if you are going to see one more thing, if you can observe that you have this agency ID coming over here and agency name, Maxi Trip, Hot Sock Travel, Hendrik, like that it's coming, right? Earlier only the agency ID was coming. Now it's coming along with the name. So how this is possible? This is possible with the help of, you know, uh, this one, object model text element agency name, you know, that is possible because of this. So if you just comment here, and if you comment here for the customer ID, that will not work. So if you just refresh this one, the one which is coming in bracket, now that should not come. Okay, now also it's coming. So somewhere my understanding is not correct. Object model dot text dot element
You are
first
checking
name,
for
right?
customer instead of
uh, yeah, so but for agency ID, what actually I'm trying to understand, this in bracket it's coming, right? Earlier only this ID was coming, now this maxi trip, all these things is coming. So this is coming how? Consumption.valuehelp definition is for F4, right? Okay, let me do one thing. I will comment this also. I will comment this as well. Just save this one, activate this, and let's refresh this. Okay, so agency ID, customer ID, like that it's coming, right? We have commented these two annotation. I'm going to enable this object model dot text dot element, right? And this one. At the same time, let's see here this agency ID, what it's happening. Nothing is happening now, right? Here, nothing is happening. Only the annotation search dot default search element true and search dot default search element true. These two we are having. Fine. So agency ID, this is okay, and for this customer ID, okay. So now if you are going to search here 741 and press enter, it should be search this agency ID, right? It's not searching. Those search dot default search element true here with agency ID. So my expectation was that agency ID should be searched. Okay. 741. But I think this is applicable only for text search, text search. So for example, we have the vacation. So if we have the vacation under the description somewhere, vacation, let's see here, is there any vacation given? No, there is nothing. 80% we have given, right? If we give some business, then for business nothing is coming. For business here also nothing is coming. Fine. So there is some problem in understanding. Let's try to understand it correctly. I'm getting confused. So search.default search element true. If we are going to keep, my earlier understanding was that along with this, we are supposed to put this search annotation with the field on which we want to put the search. So for example, here we have the description. In order to search the text field, so if we are going to put it here, I am just going to comment this one, commenting this one, save this, activate this. Okay, so for description we have put uh, for first name, last name. Also, this is the root view entity we have. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. For first name and last name also, let's put. So on the text field, now we have put this search dot default search element is true. And now once again, we will hard reload this application so that if there will be any issue for cache and all, it should be gone. So I'm just hard reloading it. Here this consumption view is activated. And now let's click on this search. Description, for description we have already put this search dot default search element true, so it should be considered now correctly. Okay, the fuzziness threshold 0.80, we have allowed it here, right? Here also we can allow for description. Let's do it quickly. Maybe 0.90. If you give 0.99, or if you give 1, if you are going to give 1 here, that means exact match should happen. That is the meaning of this. 1 means exact match. 0.90 means 10% error tolerance can be there. Okay, so let's put 0.90, and this first name, last name, and on description we are putting it. So activate this one. Okay, we need to refresh it once again in order to take effect our changes. Click on this, go and search now here for vacation. Okay, so you can see that now it's working fine as expected, right? So 90% you have given. So let's suppose instead of vacation, if you are going to give VACATION or TIN only, so it should still display this, this description, and it should be able to search because 10% error tolerance is there. So now it looks fine. It will not only search for description, it will also search for first name and last name. So you can select this first name and last name from here. So agency ID, starting date, end date, booking fee, total price, overall status, let it be. So first name, last name, overall status, agency name. So only I'm putting the text field so that it will be easy. Now see your agency name, we have customer ID. So along with customer ID, agency ID, first name, last name, why it's coming all together? Because it's not able to set in a single line. So what we will do, we will remove some you know change on, or maybe customer ID, agency ID also. At this moment I'm interested only in text field. So overall status like that it's coming, not sure why it's coming like this, but okay, let it be like this. Now if you search even here this maxi trip or max trip, it should be able to search all the agency name with the max trip, or wherever it will find such kind of text, it will give you the data, right? So max trip here, max trip is there, that's why it's showing. If you search Ruth here, ruth, so it will only show the place where Ruth is there, right? You can see Ruth here somewhere. Ruth will be there here. Ruth, you can see here, that's why it's showing this line. So it search through the entire record of the table and give you. So for that, what should be there? This should be there. And for the field for which you want to enable this entire search, you have to give these two annotation. One is the search fuzziness threshold and another is the search default search element. Okay, so I want you to do this one. At header level, put this search dot searchable true. Just I pasted it here. And for the field you want to enable the search, you everywhere put this one and test it. I'm giving you 2 minutes for doing so. Just do it quickly and let me know.
Pankaj, one question. Are you adding all the things in Word doc?
I'm not able to copy and paste the code. I'm not sure what is the problem. Uh, so nothing more I have done, you already have the base CDS view and consumption CDS view, right? So what you do, let's do a step by step, don't do all the annotation in one go. At the rate search.searchable, you put true on the header level, okay? And then for which you want to enable the fuzziness search, the field through which you want to search, text field only, okay? Because I'm not sure on the travel ID and all, whichever the non-text field is there, whether it's going to work or not. No, I'm not really sure about that. Maybe we can try that part as well. Okay, but you can see here search dot default search element true is there for the travel ID. First you do this part, for which we are very much sure. Just do that. So we are sure about that. This particular annotation is for the purpose for the text field to be searched, right? So you just use this annotation on the header level, and then the text field which is there, like description, first name, last name, agency name, like that, you put these two annotation. Fuzziness threshold, I told you what is the meaning, and then the search dot default search element true. Okay, just you use these two annotation and put it over there. In first part you just do this, and once it is done, confirm here in the chat box quickly, so that we'll proceed further. Are you finding this session helpful, guys, or getting bored?
It is helpful.
It is helpful.
Okay, fine. Okay, so when we develop applications, sometimes we face the trouble. It does not matter how many times you have developed it. Thank you, Nagaraj. Yes. So shall we go ahead? Shall we go to the next part, next annotation? You are able to complete now?
Yes, sure.
Fine. So I believe everyone would have completed. Now going to the next part, mm, as I told you, for travel ID and agency ID, this particular annotation for search is working or not. Let's have a look. So you can see that for this travel ID, already we have this annotation. For agency ID, maybe we can enable this. Okay, and we can search. So here also I'm going to give 9090. Just save this one, activate. 90% correctness should be there, 10% error tolerance is there. Okay, 10% if you do mistake, that is fine. Now let's refresh this, and for agency ID you see here we have 70007, right? So 70007 I'm trying to search, fine, exact value, not any kind of error. So I'm just trying to, you can see that it's not searching, right? So the reason behind this, why it's not searching, because, tell me, who will tell, what's your understanding till now? with all this discussion?
Might be applicable for text fields.
Right, yes, that is the applicable. This text search, HANA search, that is applicable only for text field. This field is not a text field. So if you want to see this field, what, how means what is the data type for this field, you know, then you can see here and you can find its data type. So nums, you know, it's the nums numeric character data type, and it's a non-character data type, and that is the reason, you know, it's not working. Fine. So for agency name, if you are going to use for the agency name, that will work because agency name is the text field. So you can put for agency name and that will work. Okay, fine. Okay, this part, search part, we have seen. Now see this object model dot text dot element, that is responsible for putting the bracket inside for this customer ID and giving you the text information. That means if you enable this one, object model dot text dot element, you know, for agency name, so you can see this annotation is on top of agency ID. That means what will happen, that agency name will be shown corresponding to this agency ID. Okay, and displayed first, and agency ID will be shown in the bracket. But how it will find, the question is how it will find, and that will be found with the second annotation. That's why if you enable simply this annotation, it will not work, and that's why it was not working, if you remember, you know. So let me activate and I will show you. Agency name, it has to find somewhere from this agency ID, and how it will find, right? It will find from this, and currently it's a disable, so it will not work as expected. You come here and you refresh this. Okay, and click on this go button, but it's coming fine, though you can see that it's not enable, right? Still it's coming. How this is possible, right? So this is the consumption, you know. So understanding what it's going to be made over here with this experiment, right? Like means I was thinking that agency name, it has to fetch somewhere, but it is fetching somehow it is having the association with this, right? This agency standard view, this agency name, right? This agency name, it's already here, it's their agency name, so corresponding to this agency ID, agency name is there, fine. Okay, so see, actually I was mistaking, you know. So agency name we have here, so it is not required to go through this annotation and to find from there, not required, right? Because corresponding to the agency ID, already we are having this agency name. This annotation, simply what it will do, that it will get this agency name first instead of agency ID, and it will take you over here, right? This is what this is how it's going to work, right? Because this is the same agency name we are putting, correct? Same agency name. If you don't have this one, this agency name defined over here, then it will not work, right? So let's verify this one, you know. You can see that a lot of confusion is being, so I'm just uh, commenting this one, and let's sit together. Just save this, and see here at first place itself, it's giving the error because, you know, this field it's not able to find. So of course it's not going to work, or it will give some wrong output here, it, or it will not allow you to activate itself. So just try to activate. You can see that activation failed, right? So at first place itself, the activation is going to be failed. So what's our understanding? The understanding is that this annotation itself is responsible for displaying the data like this. agency name first showing and their agency id, agency name and their agency id, agency name and agency id. So just do it quickly for all those for which you want to have the data like this. Maybe you can do for agency id, for customer id, you know. So you have some 10 seconds, just do it quickly, you know. I'm doing here for customer id. Okay, you also do in your system. So agency name for customer id, I have this first name or maybe last name. So once it's done, just confirm quickly here in the chat box. Okay.
Pankaj, here we have a first name and last name, right, for customer
Hmm.
ID. Can
Hmm.
we concat and use it both?
Concat, yeah, I think yes, you can do so. Concatenation part, first name and last name. Yes, so if you want to do the concatenation, let's try that one. I think it should work. So first name, last name, and maybe uh, concat with a space. Okay, so first name, we'll have to use this one because alias you will not be able to use here, right? And then
I think if concat use after these two, we can use alias. I think. No.
okay, you can check. I don't think so it will allow you because this is the uh, later part of the field here, customer dot last name, first name, last name. Okay, and some space, you'll have to tell some three space or whatever, concat with a space I'm giving as full name. So this full name, I'm going to copy this one. Some error is there. Let's see what is this error. Full name contains a not supported expression.
I think underscore won't work.
You cannot give underscore, Pankaj. Remove that
Yes.
underscore.
Okay. Okay. Why underscore is not there?
I think the three that you have given inside of the brackets. I think last name should be capital N. In the last name also.
And last name should be capital N. No, no.
Better try to fetch from control space. It will.
Yes.
I think we should need to give the alias name also.
Okay, 1 second. First name, last name,
Co-
and mm, mm, Okay, so it's not supporting because the reason we are using this. Okay, so field test contains a not supported expression. Okay, I will check this one, it's not supporting here, right? Concatenation is not supporting.
Instead, we can use the alias name, concatenation.
Okay, you
Concrete
mean
first name.
alias. Fine. Yeah,
Yes.
let me try that one quickly.
Concrete
First
first name, last name, and this. By removing the
first name,
sure.
first name and last name. Okay. So now also you can okay, I think let's see. You see that this it's not supported. I will check this one, It's I think there is some limitation because we are using the um association. If you use maybe here description field, because description is here itself, right? So this should not create any problem. So concat argument, and if you use this description, and if you use overall status, right, as test, right? So now also it's giving the problem. Test contains not supported expression. Field test contains not supported expression.
Mm,
So we have
Is it
checked in both ways, so it's not working,
is it
right?
something that it is not allowing in the projection view? We have to do it in the uh, interface view or something, because this
It
is a
should not.
consumption.
Yeah, I can understand, but I don't think so. That is the reason, Okay, fine. I will check that. I will, note. I will make note of this one. Concat two fields not working. Fine. Okay. So activate this, and now I think this is okay. So this part also we understood, object model part, and consumption value help definition. This is responsible for, this consumption value help definition. This is responsible for the customer ID search help, as we have seen, So for all these, I think now it's more clear, right? So I'll paste these two annotations and do quickly just go and implement this one. Okay. Just implement and let me know.
Hi Pankaj, sorry to
Hmm.
interrupt. Can you please explain that at the rate consumption one I missed it? What is that?
Which one? This one, right?
The 19th
Consumption dot
line.
value.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Fine. So see, this is for the value help. Okay. This
Okay.
is for value help.
It will
Fine.
applicable for agency
Mm.
ID, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Huh.
See, this is the serious view name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the serious view name, and from this serious view name, agency ID will be showing you. So for this agency ID, the value help, actually we are getting the data from this search help. So this CDS view is going to work like a search help. So if you go to this CDS view, if you come here and if you press F8, see, these are the value you are having, right? See here, these are the value,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
So what it's happening basically, that you are going into this CDS and you are retrieving this agency ID, and this agency ID, and here whatever you have mentioned, this should be exactly same, so that it will implicitly make the join condition with this agency ID. You can see that this agency ID, this ID is also in
Yes.
capital letter, right?
Yeah.
So it will fetch all this agency ID data based upon the given agency ID. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Got it.
it will display.
Yeah. Got it.
So that is
Thanks.
the purpose. Okay,
Thank you.
welcome. Fine. So if you come here to this agency ID, you do it
Ah,
quickly in your system. Okay, you
Pankaj, I just gone through that concatenation issue. There is some limitation in projection which we cannot do. We can do it interface view, that concatenation as analysis.
okay? You mean to say that in base view also it should means in view it should
Here
work.
you can do. Yeah, interface view you can do.
Okay, so
I just
maybe
verified it. It is working.
okay. So in base view here, if we have used as a exposed association, you mean that we have to use as a ad hoc association, right?
Yeah, correct. First name, last name, we can concatenate from customer that one, and then we can use that field in that consumption view, full name.
Okay.
Mm,
But whole
Pankaj,
essence of using the
uh,
exposed association will be gone then if you are going to use
Pankaj,
the ad
maybe
hoc.
we can
Hmm.
try using cast statement.
Why cast? Already it is the character data type, right?
Uh,
First name and last name.
yeah, sometimes that function predicate function doesn't work properly, so we might need
Yeah, Pankaj,
to
I
use the
tried in that interface view. It working fine for me. This concatenate.
Okay, fine. Let's do it then here, if you are willing to do so. F- First name. Fine. So if it is working fine, then fine. Maybe you can start using in this. You know, uh, other people also, if you want to have. See why I'm not willing to do here, because whole essence of exposed association will be gone then. If you are going to access the agency full first name, last name here itself, then there is no use of exposed association. This will not be join on demand. You know, it will be always a join. It will be always a left outer join, whether you want or not. So serious performance will not be the up to mark. If it is working fine, then it's good. But essence of exposed association you will lose. Okay, keep this thing in mind. Okay, so fine. I think uh, we are good to proceed further. Is it okay, or you want to take some break? Let me know.
Hi Pankaj, Seema here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pankaj, how do we understand like which annotations we need to use, and like if there is something I have to do and I don't know like what particular annotation should be used here. So is there any information available online, or how do you find it?
Yes. All the information are available online. And whatever I'm referring the online documentation only. Yesterday I shared one link, right? You
Okay.
will find everything over there. Yeah, detail about the annotation
Yeah.
you will find on like Google or SAP help documentation. Tell me, and see, like if you simply go and read the documentation, sometime there is a chance that you will not be able to understand without doing hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting my point? So
Yes,
see, means
that's true.
there they will be writing in the descriptive language, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes descriptive language is not sufficient. We need to do hands-on in order to understand the complete essence what they are telling actually, right?
Yes.
So of course, like you will be able to find it online. Okay, and you will be able to do it. But
Okay.
yes, you will have to check it. You will have to test it, check it, do some research. Okay, fine. So please mute from your side, if you are not speaking, so that background noise will not come. And we understood
Yeah,
about the
Pankaj,
Mhm,
please hold on your thought. I have a very basic question. Can I ask?
mhm. Yeah, yeah, yes. Mm-hmm,
Okay. So now we are learning this wrap above, right?
mm-hmm,
On BTP platform. So
mm-hmm,
this complete syntax, wrap above and above and HANA, right?
mm-hmm.
Both are almost same, right?
No, both are not the same. ABAP on HANA. See, ABAP on HANA generally we refer to the code push down technique, right? New OpenSQL CDS AMDP, right?
Yeah.
So this wrap framework is like, if you are going to create the transactional Fury application, for that this wrap framework is good.
Okay, now got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So let me put the question in this way. Like the difference, we have the huge difference between ECC ABAP and HANA ABAP, but
Mm-hmm.
that much syntax difference is not there, right?
So whatever you are going to use the ABAP syntax, almost all the syntax will be able to use here as well. Read internal table, loop, if else,
Yeah,
some
but
extra.
the look and feel, the annotations and the SQL integration and all, right? Yeah, both
Yeah,
are almost matching. 80% will match, I think so. HANA ABAP
okay.
and RAP ABAP.
Right. So yeah, so here for SQL interpretation, you have the EML language, entity manipulation language. Okay, commit,
Yep, yep.
entity,
It's anyway,
read.
it's in a different level, as you rightly said. It's
Mm,
in a different level, like where to cope up with the Fury applications and all the OData and again BTP integration and all. Yeah, got it. Yeah, thank you for the.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. So normal ABAP syntax is same. Only the SQL related, like the Open SQL and all. Instead of that, we will be using over here, commit means of EML, entity manipulation language, where you will be having read syntax to get the data, to read the data, you know so from the internal table means you need to read the data of the business object, right? So for that purpose we have the EML language. And again for interact in order to interact with the database, like you cannot directly interact with the database through this wrap framework. You have to interact first with the business object, and then business object is going to convey your message to the database. Okay, that's why we have the EML language over here, entity manipulation language. Okay.
Oh,
And
okay, got it.
yeah, and the other ABAP syntax remains same, like if you want to put some loop on internal table, if you want to read some internal table, if else, all those remain same. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, thank you.
Ye-
welcome.
Yeah, Pankaj, I have another doubt regarding. So,
Hmm.
when we use that composition instead of association, and without composition, we can able to proceed with the wrap application, right?
Yes, yes, without composition also you will be able to see, composition is the very tight relationship, right? For example, a building and room. So if building is not there, room also will not be there, right? Whenever room is there, building is going to be there. Tree and fruits, without tree, fruits will not be there. So this relationship, which is very tightly integrated, is known as composition.
Okay.
So wherever you find such kind of relationship is there, you can use the you know composition relationship. Okay, it is not necessary that you have to always use the composition relationship. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so I believe now it's time to close. There are so many things still there. Maybe you be in touch and keep on checking your email, and I believe you are part of the ABAP ritual as well now. If you are not part of the ABAP ritual, you can join that group. First group is completely filled it up, so I'm not able to add anyone in over there, but you can join if you are not part of any. Just be part of one ABAP ritual group. That will be more than sufficient for having any information. And I'm just sharing the link over here. You can join this. Okay.
Yeah, Pankaj, I have another doubt also.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for interrupting. Uh, the thing is, while generating this generating the wrap environment, right, using the generate repository, at the time I need to connect with the other database. Like generate at the time I used multiple database instead of only one database. At the time we can able to proceed that one.
You were talking about like a wrap can be used for with another database as well, right? This is your question.
Yeah, yeah. While generating the repository, wrap
Hmm.
repository, at the
Hmm.
time we can able to use multiple database, right? At the time, multiple
Multiple
database or
database or
only
multiple table?
yeah, multiple table. Sorry, multiple table.
Okay, so see, if you have the multiple table, you have to create yourself first the CDS. Create the base CDS and consumption CDS, and on top of those consumption CDS, create the another wrap repository object. Because for system it will be difficult to understand what are the fields you want from the different table, right? So a
Yes.
data model you will have to create yourself if you have the multiple tables. Okay. If you have
Okay.
the single table, then fine, right? The way we have done. But in case
Yes,
of
yes.
multiple, you have to first create the CDS and then you go ahead.
Okay. After CDS, I need to use that
Yes,
generate
you
repository.
right. After CDS, you can right click, and I believe there also you will be getting the option. So for example, here we have, let's suppose this is, and uh, you can see that generate ABAP repository objects. It's coming, right? So with the CDS
Uh,
also you will get this, and you will be able to generate. Okay. So this is one point, and another, I think it's fine now.
Pankaj,
And
one question, one last question.
mhm.
So now everything is moving into this AI and everything, right? So the way we are writing that concatenation code and you are getting some error, right? So are that this Joule and everything can be integrated and it will suggest on the go that yeah, where to use you are using in the projection view instead you have to use in the root view. Is this kind of integration also is like live or we are still have to wait for that?
Joule is present for ABAP on cloud paid version as of now. With March 2025 release, they have rolled up with the paid version of ABAP on cloud. You don't have for practice this Joule. Joule
Okay.
is there with the business application studio. You can try over there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Joule is there in business application studio, but ABAP you cannot practice. Are you getting my point? You know, means for
I
creating
mean to
Fury
say,
application, yeah,
no, no, I
for
mean to
creating.
say,
Hmm.
customers are started using like that. I mean, taking the paid version and giving these IDs to developers so that they can leverage this Joule in the Eclipse Edit environment and working on real-time objects. Or is it still like in development beta phase? SAP has
No,
not released
it's
to the customer.
see, uh, what actually this Joule and all is very much capable. Okay, so people have started using this Joule. You know, the power of like AI in terms of if you use some cloudy model. Have you seen one video I have created on YouTube some days back regarding the different AI model which can be used for ABAP development? Did you get the chance to see that one?
No.
Can you please
So
provide the link
Not
of
yet.
that?
you can search, you can search ABAP with AI on the YouTube, and you will be able to just search ABAP on AI with. You can go to YouTube and you can search over there. Or maybe I will quickly share with you ABAP with AI made easy, right? Hmm. So this one, you can search over there. That there are two part of the video I created, and if you see that one, you will find very much useful. What actually I'm trying to tell you here, whatever the AI model are there, you can even start using those for your ABAP development, and you will find them quite useful. One of the very useful AI model which I personally like very much, this AI Studio Google.com, and in this you can select this Gemini 2.5 Pro, you know. So this is like far advanced than the free chat gpt. Paid that chat gpt 4.050 is again very powerful, it's like I believe that is similar to Gemini 2.5. But see, Google actually is giving you the free 10 lakh token every day. This is more than sufficient, and if you give any instruction for creating any simple report and all, it will give you the basic template so nicely that you will be amazed, so you can check it out, those video I have discussed over there, and start experimenting with AI, so that you will be having the idea. Because in coming days, a developer are going to use AI in ABAP also. You know that in for Python, for JavaScript and all, because there are so much data available on internet. So AI is so intelligent, like AI is very much capable of doing the programming and all, right? Without any extra assistant and all, and in a minute they
So,
are able to
so
create
it's
good
quite
program. Mhm.
it's quite very obvious. Like it's scary things that it's very risky things for a vapor like us going forward. ninety
No, no, no,
percent
no. See, that's
job
really
is taken from.
you should be able to, you see, scary. It's scary for those who is not in touch with technology. If you know, like, see, it's not like AI automatically will pick up the code and all, right? What the thing is going to happen, wherever was required 10 people, now it will require 7 people, 6 people. Are you getting my point? Because AI is very much capable of doing the work, but still syntax check and all, the human intelligence is still better. That may be fast AI and all because of memory and all those, because those are machine, right? But still human will be required. The thing is that we should know like how to handle these tools, so any tool, if you are going to learn, or we are going to learn, or I'm going to learn, it's going to be beneficial. So AI is going to be certainly come. And Gemini I have seen, personally I'm telling, there may be different opinion for different people, but I have started using Gemini for many different purposes, for ABAP code and all, and in 1 minute 2 minute nice piece of code it gives. Just I have to tweak little bit syntax and all, only thing that you have to give the good prompt. Give the prompt in detail, step by step, how you teach to your baby, right? Give this one step by step. The more you give the detail, it's going to give you the more precise answer or more precise solution. Okay, fine guys,
Is it suggesting syntax
mhm.
also, Pankaj? The Gemini. Is it suggesting the suitable syntax also for the
You
requirement?
just ask
ABAP
them.
syntax.
You tell them that use the latest syntax or new syntax or new OpenSQL. Whatever you give the command, it will
Okay,
follow you. Might not be 100%, but it does it work very well. Okay.
good. Okay. And one more question, and it's like a
Mm-hmm.
generic question I have, Pankaj.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, if we see that, right, two parts here, like
Mm-hmm.
the generic, okay, not ABAP related or SAP related, The
Hmm.
generic AI or machine learning models and all, they are developing based on Python and all, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
that is a different approach.
Hmm.
But maybe same methodology SAP is also using in future, or currently started using on BTP, SAP Build, Joule, and all what you are talking, right?
Joule is there, no? So see, SAP
Yeah,
dedicated AI model is Joule. So what actually I'm trying to tell, see, if Gemini is this much capable, it is not dedicated to SAP, right? It's a generic
yeah,
model, correct? So if
yes.
Gemini 2.5 is so much capable, or maybe Cloudy 3.7 Sonnet is so much capable of doing all these things, DeepSeek and all, then dedicated model like SAP Joule, we can expect certainly more better result, right? Because
Got
they
it.
will
Yeah,
be
here I
training.
have one question.
Hmm.
Yeah, here on I have one question.
Hmm.
So yeah, really, it's a very good point you brought it.
Hmm.
So at any point of time, while we are for a business requirement, maybe module or SD module or PPPM, whatever the SAP core modules, for any requirement, for any business requirement,
Hmm.
while we are predicting the something, we are predicting using machine learning models or Joule and all, right, in SAP, do we need Python language also? This is my question.
Where where you need Python language means
Yeah,
I'm not.
that's what, because here in generic, right, the AI and machine learning models are building on Python code, right?
Hmm.
The prediction, the initial data analysis is coming on Python. On the top of
Hmm.
that, they are building the machine learning models.
Hmm.
So here also in the Joule
Hmm.
is like we have seen, right, that nowadays OData is coming and so much APIs and all this blah 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 coming, right? In the same way, are we going to deal with Python also? This is my question.
I don't think means as an ABAPer, like ABAP is still going to be relevant. Python for different purposes, of course. Like if you are there in the AI and the ML domain, if you have to create your uh, own clone of model of maybe generic model or something like that.
Yeah, got you. As of now, we don't have any idea that we may use, may not use, right? In SAP, in SAP
People are using
Joule.
in SAP also, like whoever is related with AI or ML, who
Okay.
is working with AI and ML, they are the Python developer only, right? Because AI and ML models are developed in Python,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
they are doing. See, we are a bapper, right? We are a
Yeah.
bapper. We have to know how we can use the AI model. If you want to go into that domain where you have to develop AI model, then you will have to learn those Python and all those things. Okay,
Okay. Got you. Yeah. Yeah.
we
Thank you.
should know how to use. Okay, how to use
Sure.
effectively. Yeah, prompt engineering, like how to give the good prompt. These things we need to practice. Okay.
Yeah, yes,
Sure.
different domain, completely different domain.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Right.
But anyway, this it's a good news that whatever SAP related AI or ML or Joule or anything, that everything is coming on the as a with the BTP platform only. That is right. Correct. Right.
SAP Joule. Gemini
Yeah.
is not coming on the BTP platform.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Gemini is anyway, it's a search engine. It's a different, like a Google.
Right, right. Joule, SAP Joule is for SAP. Okay.
Yeah.
Or some people are using Git Copilot, but again, Git Copilot, they are using in backend Gemini or different other model.
Yeah,
SAP Joule.
that is also one of the AI tool, like Gemini, ChatGPT. Maybe you can correct me. Copilot is also one of the AI search engine.
Mhm. Right. Yes, yes.
Okay, got you.
Fine. So I was talking about this course. This is ABAP debugging. This is very close to my heart. Another course, the workflow. You know, the way like I have delivered this one in a systematic way. This is very much systematic. If you compare with my another courses, this is very much systematic and well delivered. You will find some new things over here. ABAP debugging. This is one nice course which I will recommend. to everyone. This ABAP on HANA is very in-depth course. If some of you would have attended, you might have realized, 60, 70 hours of content is there. My core ABAP is having 120 plus hours of content, and all the in-depth things are covered over there. So this is few things, and about the SQL script, MDP, and CDS mastery. This is kind of ABAP on HANA only, but in this only SQL script, MDP, and CDS are covered. Not new syntaxes and new SQL, Open SQL, that is not there. Okay. So for those, like some of you were asking yesterday, by pinging me personally, that if I have some course. So for those who is looking for only for SQL script, MDP, and CDS, you can consider this course. You can go to this saptechmetg.com /s/store, and from here itself you can buy it. Like in case if you're planning to buy, you can get it from here itself. Okay. So any other question, guys? Uh, if you have any other question, you can go ahead, or else we can stop it. I have one another meeting scheduled at 1:30. I need to join that one. So if anything, if you have, just go ahead. And one last question maybe I will take, and we can stop it then.
I will
and
help.
and just a reminder, next on Saturday we are going to meet at 8 a.m.
Okay.
8 a.m. we are going to meet, so please remember this part. You will be getting the email and all, and ask your friend also to join, because it's completely free, nothing is paid. And I will take you to the situation at least where you will be having some understanding, some better understanding about the wrap, and then we can plan later for the paid courses and all. Okay.
Just a question
Mm-hmm.
about the association we were talking about. That if
Mm-hmm.
we use the association one dot dot n, so what is the difference between that and the composition? Because if we use the n, it's going to be multiple, right? So if we talk about the overall status when we are talking, so what is the difference between association and composition if we go with
See,
cardinality n?
yeah, Nelson, see, composition is also a type of association only, right?
Yep,
Right. So it's the tight association, correct?
understood. Yep,
Composition is a type of association only. So there is, like, if you want to be more specific, if you want to be more semantic, right? If you're going to
yep,
use a composition, the developer will understand, okay, this is the things. So accordingly, like, if there is no header, no item will be there, right? So it will be a
yep,
composition relationship, correct? So if
yep,
you can use with association as well, you can use with composition as well. So if you are going to be if you are going to use the composition, that means you are going to become more specific, right? You are telling to the system that header must be there. Without header, item is not going to exist, right?
yep,
Correct. So this is like, if you are going to use the composition, you are telling to the system to become more check kind of things, like, system will understand, okay, without header, item is not going to exist, right?
yep,
For Mara and Marcy, right? For Mara and Marcy, between Mara and Marcy, what kind of relationship should be there, right?
yep,
So here, it is like a dependency, right? It definitely there should dependency if it is a composition.
100% dependency, very much dependency. That is composition.
Association, we have that leverage. It is not that it can be or it cannot be.
Association, see, example for association, it will be like a builder, a building and worker. So a worker build a building, correct?
Yes.
So it's a association, means there is no 100% dependency on worker. Okay. uh, like association between teacher and a student. Okay. So teacher and a student, it's not like very much close relationship. Teacher and a student, it's a association, loosely coupled association. But if you talk about room and building, right, there is no existence of room without building. Getting my point?
Yes.
Heart and body, right, there is no existence of heart without body, correct? So
Yes.
these are composition actually. Clear?
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So association also you can use, but if you are sure that, okay, this is the composition, then you use composition, your application will be more robust. Okay. Fine, then thank you everyone for joining this session. It really means a lot when you join and spend this much time with me, with everyone else over here. Thank you once again. Let's be in touch in on next Saturday. We will see together the next part of this uh, workshop. Ask your friend to join. It's completely free. And thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you,
Yeah, thanks,
Pankaj.
Pankaj.
Pankaj,
Thank